Hello, everybody. It's Jason with you coming live from the Knoxville Business Show. And I have got one of my people in the world with us today. We got my niece, Maggie, online. Maggie, say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Well, Maggie, thank you for taking time out of your not so busy day today because you're just hanging out at the house
Yeah.
um, and hanging out with me for a few minutes. Tell everybody about Maggie.
Well, I live in Bristol and I'm a senior at John Battle High School. And I have signed to play softball at King University, which is also in Bristol. So,
Yeah, but it's like the Tennessee side, right?
yeah, on the Tennessee side.
Yeah, yeah. That's super cool. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be so cool. When do you start? Do you know?
I think that I don't know if we're doing anything over the summer. I haven't heard because of the current situation, but I know that some of the main workouts start the day after school starts or the day of. Not
Okay.
sure.
Which is August?
Sometime in August. I have no idea.
Don't really know yet.
No, we're just playing
Which
it by ear.
just kind of crazy. Like
Yeah.
you and your friends are like the first people ever to kind of like go through this.
Yeah.
Like your dad and I can't even kind of coach you along. Like we don't know. You're just kind of figuring this out on your own right now,
Yep.
which is pretty cool. So you go to John Battle, and let's see. I'm trying to think when you guys moved. I mean, you've been to John. You went your entire high school career at John Battle.
Yeah.
And you played basketball and softball, but you really kind of fell in love with softball, I think.
Mhm.
Which, by the way, if you haven't seen Maggie play, you live in Bristol, we're all looking forward to going down and watching her play at the collegiate level. I think everybody that knows you knew it was going to happen. We just wasn't sure which school it was going to be. So we're all proud of you. Super excited. One of the things, Mags, the reason I wanted you to hop on was, we've all been talking about business. Like you're on a business show right now. And as you know, I own a business. I own a couple of them. And we've talked a lot about what it would be like to be a senior right now, and really, because you haven't, when was the last day that you were at school? Do you remember, like, officially, like, going to school?
Um, it was a Friday. That's all I know.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like in March
Yeah.
sometime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's been what, like 6 weeks
Something
ish,
like that.
something like that, which
Yeah.
is kind of crazy. And you didn't know like that was your last day.
Oh
Like it
no.
was just like, hey, we're just going on spring break or whatever. Because was that when the break was? It was like,
I think it was 2 weeks before.
yeah,
Yeah, but we were told that we were just gonna come back, and that would be our spring break, I guess.
yeah,
So,
yeah. So that, which was kind of cool, get spring break early.
yeah.
And then the next thing you know, it's like, yeah, no, we're going to go ahead and go into spring break.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, it's like, yeah, we might not even come back.
Yeah.
How is that? Like,
It was heartbreaking. Kind of cried for a while, but it's just something that you can't really do anything about it. It is what it is.
yeah, yeah, and it's kind of like life, I guess. There's certain things that are 100% outside of your control. Like there's absolutely nothing Maggie can do
Yeah.
about going back to school.
Mm-hmm.
And oh yeah, by the way, there's nothing dad, there's nothing mom, there's nothing your uncle, there's nothing that anybody can do. It's just life. It's just kind of part of it. So for me, it's like, and it affected our business too. With everybody, before we went live, we were talking about you were working at Cracker Barrel and just, moving right along. And suddenly this happens. And oh yeah, by the way, you didn't have a job anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just kind of a unique experience that I'm not sure that we'll ever have again. we may like go through this time again, but then we'll be experienced at it. Like
Mhm.
maybe when you're a mom, like,
Oh,
oh yeah, it's no big deal. When I was a senior, I had to do the same thing,
yeah.
you know? So it's going to be a unique experience. So have you been able to kind of keep in contact with your friends, or like what have you been doing? Have y'all been talking?
Well, I've FaceTimed a few of my friends. We usually have like a little schedule that we FaceTime pretty much every other night. And I've been able to hang out with a few of my friends, distantly and stuff. I went to the lake the other day. That was fun. But we just do a bunch of like outdoors things. We go hiking sometimes. And it's kind of difficult because some people aren't allowed to go out. But then my parents, they aren't as strict about it because they know that I know like 6 feet. You got to keep your distance.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. Because that is serious. You certainly have to be cautious at least. Um, so that's kind of different. So I mean, just like on Zoom, it's not as cool to
oh,
hang
yeah.
out with your friends for sure. Um, Gosh, I can't imagine what that would have been like, you know, suddenly. So now we flash forward until tomorrow, which is May the 19th, and it's graduation day.
Yep.
So are you excited? Are you wishing that you had another year? Are you just kind of ready
um,
to graduate?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do it again like this year because it was kind of tough. But I'm ready to graduate. I just wish it would be like under different circumstances and stuff, so I could see like all my friends, the traditional. But then again, can't really do anything about it. So it
Yeah.
is. I guess I get the best that I could think of.
Yeah, and so tell everybody like how that's going to work tomorrow. I know you don't know fully exactly how it's going to work, but like, are you doing an online graduation? Like, what's planned for you guys tomorrow?
What I heard is that I get to bring 4 guests of my choice. So obviously, I bring my family. But you go through the back entrance of the school, then there's some tables set up, and you get your little tassel, and then you walk through to some other tables. I think it's like information and stuff. And then I guess you have your family sit in front of you in the gym, and then you walk across the stage. And I don't think we can shake hands or anything, so just like grab my diploma and then take a picture, and then that's it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and at least you kind of get to go do something. You
Yeah.
get to put your cap and gown on, and you get to put your tassel on and move tassel from one side to the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't remember. I've done that a couple times, but I don't remember which way it goes.
I don't either. I guess I'll find out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's pretty unique experience because I know that you know some schools, like we were talking about earlier, they don't have an opportunity to do anything. It's like, hey, we'll mail you your diploma.
Yeah.
So there's like really no closure. At least tomorrow you have an opportunity maybe to have a little bit of closure and
Yeah.
move on. So that's cool. But I know you're excited about moving on to King University.
Hmm.
So tell me a little bit about that. Like, why King? What like got you excited?
Well, I used to go to all of like the little camps and stuff whenever I've been to a bunch of them. And I just really thought that, oh, wow, I'm young and I'm playing with all these college girls. So maybe that'll be me one day. So then, I mean, since I live so close, I pass it almost all the time. So I would drive in, look around the campus and stuff. And I kind of got attached to it. So I was like, oh, this could be like where I want to go. And
Yeah.
then a few of my friends, they signed to play softball. So they've been there 2, 3 years. So I was like, oh, so this could actually be like a reality. So then I started playing travel ball, and I was talking to all these other coaches, and I went to a few other visits, and it just wasn't the same. And I kind of wanted to play close to home. So I figured, well, it'd be kind of cool just to like go back and play on the same field that I've played on before. So then I emailed the coach, and we started talking and everything, and everything worked out from there. So
That's awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, I was looking at the roster before we hopped on. There was at least one or two other John Battle players I saw on there. I thought,
Yeah.
yeah, you played with those gals. I imagine
Mhm.
that's cool. I'm excited. Gosh, of course we don't know. Like we were talking about before you came on. We don't know when practice is going to start if you're going to have any kind of summer things, but it's going to be exciting to play. I think at the collegiate level.
Mhm.
So
I'm excited.
super cool. Um, have you had a chance to go out and eat at any restaurants or anything?
Um, I didn't eat, but I went with a few friends. We went to Moe's and we just sat there and talked and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Well, you're kind of at a unique situation because you guys are off of exit 5 in Bristol, and just up the street is the Tennessee side.
yeah.
So, and Tennessee has a little bit different rules than Virginia does.
Hmm.
And that's one of the things we were talking about. Like you could go up to the Pinnacle and pretty much sit down and eat, but yet, like everything off exit 7 is shut down,
Yep.
which is crazy, right?
And then
Has anyone said like when they're going to be opening back up?
we started the first phase yesterday or a few days ago. So I'm not sure when it will actually open up so we can, I think we can eat outside like distanced, but I haven't really seen anyone do that yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool. You got let's see, one of your cousins is on there, and your great aunt Carol says hi. She says you're so grown up. I know, Carol. I remember her when she was like about this little itty bitty, and but I'm so excited, and I've just enjoyed watching both you and Isaac over the years, and now Jed's coming up. He will be 8 this year, and
Yeah.
and he'll be playing sports, and excited. Well, Mags, what else? What else is what are you going to do the rest of the summer? Like prepping to get in, before college starts. Are you going to just kind of hang out, or?
Well, I'm thinking that I should probably start working out so I won't be so behind. So probably I have a plan that Dad wrote for me today so I can start getting in shape because it's going to come up pretty fast.
Yeah.
But academic wise, there's not really much I can do. I don't know. I've learned a
Yeah.
few things over the Zoom calls and stuff, so I'll be prepared if it's like an online for the first semester. But other than that, I guess I'll just spend a lot of time with my friends whenever I get the chance to, because it might be the last kind of summer that I can have before we all go
Yeah.
away, I guess.
Yeah. Before everybody kind of goes about their separate ways. And Maggie, I feel like you've taken it quite well. I've always felt like that you were mature above your years ever since I've known you, which has been your entire life. But and I'm gonna ask you a hard question. It's not really a hard question. It's really just speaking from your heart. What advice would you give other high school seniors that maybe are just kind of struggling with it? Maybe they are just, like Maggie, you've got your plan. Like, you're going to college. Like you already have kind of direction of where you're going. But maybe there's a senior that doesn't have a plan. They don't know. Like this was all they had was high school. Like, what advice would you give them to kind of get them through, over the next few months to let them know it's going to be okay?
Well, it's definitely going to be hard because, I mean, you have two options. You can either go to college or you can go to work, which is kind of difficult whenever none of the jobs are really, or no workplaces are really, actually working. But I mean, it's okay if you don't go to college because there's a bunch of things you can do. So, but if you do, I've changed my plan of what I wanted to do like 5 times over the past month, I guess. Other than, I'm going to go to college. I don't know what I'm going to study, but I mean, I think I know, and then it just changes. So, I mean, I guess life is full of changes and stuff. You never really know what's going to happen until you actually get there. So, I guess if you don't have a plan, you might want to start working on one or thinking about what you want to do, so you're not like out in the open, like, oh, what am I going to do now?
Yeah.
So,
and I've got kind of a saying that like everything is super scary until you actually do it. Right? It's like the fear and the intimidation that you face before something actually happens, and then when you do it, it's like, oh, well, that wasn't that bad. It's just life, like you just said at the end. To your point, I think that it's going to be hard, and that's okay. Like, life is hard. No one ever said, your dad, I can guarantee you, has never told you, don't worry, Maggie, everything's going to be easy. It's not happening. Right? And I know your mom has never said that either. So I think that's good advice to, whether you have a plan or not, I think it's good advice that things are going to be okay.
Nope.
I think we're on a little bit of a delay. Can you hear me okay? Oh, we lost sound. Hang on just a second here. I'm going to pull you out and put you back in. Just see.
Against behind, but
there we go.
It catches up eventually.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, Max, I won't keep you much longer, and I've got a job I got to get back to. Anything else you want to say? Thanks so much again for coming on here. I appreciate it. Awesome.
Okay.
There you go. We're caught back up. Well, have a good day. And your dad says we're super proud of her. If you saw that, he's supposed to be working, but it looks like he is watching instead of working.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate you. Thanks again, Maggie. We're looking forward to watching your college career. I'm super excited to come down to watch your first game, and we will talk to everybody soon. Have a wonderful day.